Welcome to episode 33 of the Tough Draw Talks podcast. I'm your host, Brad Hughes. Appreciate you being along for the ride. This afternoon, we are coming to you from Fort Worth, Texas, down in the historic stockyards at the Bein Room, where if you're looking for an authentic Western experience and some of the best food you'll find, you can find it here. Before we get started, we would be remiss not only to thank the Bein Room, but also our presenting sponsor this year, the Lane Frost brand. We appreciate everything Stetson and the Frost family have done for us at Tough Draw in all our ventures, including this podcast. Be sure and visit lanefrost.com for some amazing hats, shirts, and everything Lane Frost. Today, we are privileged to be sitting down with the likely future number one overall pick in PBR Teams for 2024 draft, John Crimber. We have gotten to know John through his time with Team Cavenders and the Lane documentary and have been big fans of his ever since. Whether it's in the dirt of an arena at a pro level or the way he handles himself with fans, it's easy to see why his prospects are so high. John, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up? Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited.
Heck yeah. So first English podcast.
First English podcast. That's it.
And you did one last week?
I did one last week, but it was in Portuguese. So
there you go. Who was it with? Go ahead and give that podcast
Andre
a shout
Silva.
out. Yeah,
yes,
the photographer?
Sir. The photographer, yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, y'all make sure and check his podcast out as well and listen to John's episode. John, I don't know if you've gotten a chance to listen to many of our podcasts, but we start off with icebreakers.
Okay. Because
I know you're nervous and you need to shake it out. You're more nervous than like when you get on a ranked bull.
I've never been this nervous.
This is crazy.
I'm ready. I am ready.
All right. These should
be. Down.
Pull that down. All right. So this should be pretty easy stuff. What's your favorite movie, man?
We could Lonesome Dove. That's my favorite movie right there.
There you go. So you're a cowboy.
I'm a cowboy, I guess you could say. I don't know. Most people don't see me as a cowboy, but I see myself as a cowboy.
Yeah, you can ride a horse.
Yeah, I can ride a horse.
There you go. You swing a rope.
Swing a rope.
There you go. Man, you've had a pretty illustrious career for being as young as you are. So far, if you can pinpoint something, what's been the coolest moment in your early career?
You know, for sure winning a national title back-to-back. You know, they're saying in over 72 years, I was the first one to win that consecutive title, you know. I was a freshman, the first one I won it. So being able to win against, like, you know, guys that were 18 years old already, seniors and juniors, I think that was pretty special to me. Riding bulls, that's been the PBR finals and stuff over there too, so that's pretty cool.
The heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Okay, so one thing I like to talk to guys about when we have bull riders on is what are your superstitions? I couldn't even say it, superstitions, or if you have any like pre-ride rituals or anything like that you do.
You know, I do not put my hat on the bed. That's whenever I do, I've heard that if you throw it in a corner and spit on it, it'll take bad juju away from it. So I do that. But before I ride, you know, I'll grab my Bible and I'll read a page on there. It's Psalm 91. I read that before every time, and then I have a little deal on my phone and I read that too. So every time before I get on, doesn't matter if it's in the practice pen or the rodeo, I'll read that.
That's really cool, man.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So we kind of hinted at this, but, you know, I've heard you had skills outside of bull riding.
Yeah.
But if you weren't riding bulls or you aren't going to make a living in the future doing that, what would you be doing?
Shoot, I'd probably be working cows somewhere. I like being a cowboy. I love being on top of a horse, you know. I feel like that's helped a lot with my bull riding too, because if you're riding a horse, you're getting balance, you're working on your legs, and I feel like that helps a lot.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. All right. We just went to lunch, and I may know where this answer's going, but what's your favorite food?
You know, I ate a sirloin steak just now. It was pretty dang good, but I love mac and cheese too, man. I love it. Mac and cheese and some steak. Oh my gosh. Can't go wrong with that, you know.
You and my 6-year-old would get along.
I love it.
That's not a young joke. It's just the fact.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this question is always a good one to just kind of dive in on some of these bigger topics. And I like asking it because you just never know where it's going to go.
Yes, sir.
But a guy like you, you know, I just talked about how, you know, by a lot, you're right now the overwhelming consensus you're going to be the number one pick in 24 and stuff like that, as long as everything goes according to plan. But what's the best compliment you've ever received?
I like it when guys say I'm not just a good rider, I'm a good person, I think I'm a very respectful kid. I love it when people compliment me on that. My parents, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be as respectful, I don't think. But they've helped me a lot with that, and that's makes me feel good about myself. They just don't see me as a good rider. It's a good person and a person with a good heart, I think. So.
Absolutely. No, that's great, dude. Well, you just kind of touched on that a little bit. Talk to me a little bit about your family and growing up. I know both your parents are from Brazil, so just talk to me a little bit about growing up and getting into rodeo.
So my dad rode bulls when he was younger, and he was one of the first Brazilians to come out here, and he won the NFR average in 2004. And watching him growing up, I've always inspired to be a bull rider and try to be like him. I could say I think I'm better than him already, but I ain't going to say that to him up close, so he's going to have to listen to this podcast.
I'm going to make sure Paulo gets a hold of this. I'm send it directly to him.
But, watching him growing up, watching him do the things he did, I feel like it inspired me a lot. And my mom, too, man, I try to be like her. She helps so many people out, and she's just a person with a good heart, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here where I'm at today, because my dad, he works a lot, and she's the one that's going to have to take me to bull riding most of the time. But now that I have my license, I kind of go by myself and with other people, but she used to take me everywhere. She'd sacrifice stuff, and I got to thank her for all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And you kind of alluded to it, but I mean, your dad being one of the early Brazilians that came over and everything, like, how have your parents kind of helped the sport with Brazilians coming over and the culture? I mean, so you were actually born in Decatur.
Yes, sir.
And I do know that Decatur's kind of become a mecca
for
Brazilian bull riders. So talk to me a little bit about that and kind of your family's influence on that.
So my mom, she helps them bull riders with the visa and stuff so they can stay here, and my dad, they get them to bull ridings and stuff too. He translates for them too. So Decatur really became a Brazilian town. Really, it ain't no more American people, I guess. But it's kind of close to the airport too. It's close to everything, and they got a bunch of people over there, good land, and I think that's probably why they've been over there. My dad was the first one to live there too, so I guess he just brought them over there, and we all stay over there at them apartments and stuff, and I think
that's cool.
Yes, sir.
And then you can always go to Jose's and kick a soccer ball.
Kick soccer ball, yes, sir. Every Monday and Wednesday we'll go over there and play soccer at Jose's place. So.
You go out there with them?
Yes, sir. I ain't very good though, I can tell you that.
How competitive does it get?
Oh my gosh, it's insane. So now on Wednesdays they have like a little league and stuff, and we're Cowboys. That's our team name. But they'll play a bunch, but on Mondays we'll get very competitive. We'll tell each other, we'll trash talk a little bit too, so makes us play a little better.
Were you a part of? Didn't they do something with like FC Dallas or something like that?
Yeah.
Were you a part of that?
I was not. But Jose, he went over there because in Brazil he was a professional soccer player. Like he was like almost there.
He was legit.
Yeah, he was legit, and they wanted to do something with that, and he went over there. That was pretty cool to watch him do that. So he's talented in everything he does. Gosh dang it.
Gosh dang it. Just a natural.
Just a natural, man. Yeah, he's good.
That's cool. No, we've had Jose on. We really enjoyed having him on, and he seems like such a great dude.
Sir.
I know it's a very close knit group out there, and so.
Yes, sir. He's a cool guy.
But no, I appreciate you talking about that. So you alluded to your dad winning the 2004 NFR, basically the average.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about your dad's success, and then I know you watched it and you were a big fan. Like, has there ever been a lot of pressure on you to kind of achieve that sort of stuff? I know you've had your own accolades, 6-time world champ and all that, even at your age. But Talk a little bit about your dad's success and what you've learned from that.
So I'm going to tell you this right now. I was part of my dad's NFR average winning. I think I gave him motivation. That's when they found out. And one round he went 93 points on Mr. USA. And that was when he found out my mom was pregnant with me. 2004.
So you're taking credit for that.
Yeah, I take credit for that one. Because I remember he got off the bull and he pointed up at my mom and he kind of did the crate, because that's when they found out. And he went 93 points. So
little did he know you'd come out talking trash.
Dang right.
Trying to say you're better than him.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool that, to watch him do all he did, in Brazil. I watched him ride a little bit too. And his last bull ever, he went 90 points on bull down in Brazil, yes, sir, at a PBR. So
yep.
I was there to witness that too. But growing up, he said the reason why he broke his neck, and back in 2008. So he says I didn't really remember watching him ride, and I kind of had some, pictures of him riding it, and he said, "No, I'm gonna come back and ride for just so John can watch me ride." And I thought that was pretty cool. Yes, sir. Yeah,
that's great. We talked about the success you've had, but you're still in high school.
Yes, sir.
You don't even graduate until not this year, but next year.
Yes, sir.
How do you talk a little bit about the balance that you have to have? Because I know you stay super busy, and it sounds like your mom's a big part of that. But how do you do the life balance of riding, school, and all the things that you got going on?
I used to go to actual public school, and that was kind of hard on me because I missed so much school. It was bad, and the teachers get mad at me. So I had to go to homeschool this year because, I was going to more stuff and bigger events too, so I couldn't miss the opportunities to go to them. But I go on Mondays. I have a schedule on Mondays. I'll do all my work for the week, so then I'll just be good the rest of the week, so I can do whatever. But
yeah,
I'm glad I went to homeschool. Let me tell you, school sucked.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. What about your mindset? So, one thing that I'm always curious to hear people talk about, especially bull riders, is the mindset that you have to have. What is your mindset when it comes to bull riding, whether it's experiencing success, failure, all that? Like, what's your mentality on that?
Oh, I try to think of it as another bull riding every time I go. Just another bull. I don't think much of it. But even when I don't do good, I just, I think myself, I'm like, you know what? This is what God wanted it to happen, and I'm just going to trust him and go on the next one, Yeah. Doesn't matter if I win or fail. Like, I love being under pressure. I love it whenever, they put me up against the wall, and I'm like, all right, this is my time to shine. And one time, actually, I went to Tough Heedman bull riding, and I was the youngest one in the short round. And I was like, man, this is it right here. This is what it's all about. It was a packed house in the South Point. And I was like, man, it's gonna be cool. And if I'd stay on, and I stayed on with 91 points, and I thought it was pretty cool,
Heck yeah.
But that's my mentality, really, just to stay focused, calm, cool, collective, and go at it like another bull.
Yeah. Do you find yourself kind of taking that mentality and adapting it to life just in general across everything?
Yeah,
sounds like you keep your faith at the forefront of a lot of things.
Oh,
you do.
yes, sir. I think of it, I'd say, Lord, take the wheel. You got it. I set it all on him, and whatever he wants me to do, I'll do it. Whatever happens, it's because he made it happen for a reason, I think, every time. So
absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. We're obviously firm believers in that.
Yes, sir.
I know that, like you're saying, you can't do it without faith.
Yes, sir.
You talk about pressure, right?
Yeah.
And how you thrive under pressure. What is, talk to me a little bit about, because at the way you compete right now as an individual, your dad's a coach for the Arizona Ridge Riders, so you've been around the team stuff a lot.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of the team aspect of bull riding, and how do you see your mentality having to change or not change?
Yes, sir. So the team deal is pretty cool because, you're not just riding for yourself, you're riding for a team. And I think a mentality of just doing your part, and I think everyone in the team needs to do their part too. So, I think it's going to be a pretty cool deal to go to, and I prefer a team that has a winning mentality too,
Absolutely.
So I think it like that.
So at your age, and I've seen this, I've witnessed this when we've gone to Team Cavenders
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
So I feel like you have some natural leadership qualities.
Yes, sir.
And how do you, like, being as good as you are, as young as you are, how do you try to balance that when, like, for example, we'll use Ethan, since Ethan's a friend of ours, right?
Yeah.
We'll use Ethan. We can talk about him.
Yeah, we can talk about him.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, like, how do you find yourself, even at your age, kind of taking people under your wing, mentoring? Because you even said earlier, as far as the question about compliment, right?
Yes,
like,
sir.
it's the type of person you are.
Yes, sir.
And that matters to you. So when you see younger guys, or even guys that are technically your peers, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
What's your mentality, and how do you motivate, and how do you talk to people? Because again, with the teams thing, you'll be on teams, and if you're the number 1 overall pick,
Yes,
and
sir.
somebody's really fought to get you,
Yes, sir.
you may be sitting there and you may be considered a team leader. Like, how do you look at that?
Oh, whenever someone's down on themselves, like Ethan, I tell him, like, dude, you just need to believe in yourself and know that you're here for a reason, and you know how to ride bulls. And I think it like that, I really like to tell them, to believe in themselves, because if you don't believe in yourself, you ain't going to do good. And I don't really like people that are very negative. I like it when they're positive. They stay positive. Doesn't matter what they got drawn, they're going to stick it all over them and win. So I think
absolutely.
Yes, sir. I think I like that.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit more about the teams stuff. Just kind of dive in here.
Yeah.
What's your general opinion about the teams? I'll give you an example of mine and just kind of talk to you, and we can just kind of go back and forth on this. But I personally think the PBR teams, and I've talked with Justin Felisko about this,
Yes,
and
sir.
Jeff Askey and multiple people, but I feel like the teams really can be a catalyst to essentially become like the 4th major American sport.
Yes, sir.
Because I know you have a unique perspective, because you've been down to the Brazil PBRs,
Yes,
and
sir.
you've seen what bull riding's like there, and I'm sure you've been all around,
Yes, sir.
and seen what bull riding's like. But to me, I feel like it kind of takes it and puts it on a new level. Talk a little bit about that, your thoughts, because I know, you've been around it, you've seen it, and then even with the Global Cup,
Yes, sir.
there's been opportunities to kind of see that team dynamic.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about that and your thoughts.
I think the team deal is going to be very good for riders that aren't really known, It gives them opportunities to be in the big show and show their talent, just like the PBR Combine. I thought that was a really cool deal to show talents that, aren't really seen, and gives them opportunities to show them coaches what they're about. I think it's going to be a really cool deal for me too, as well, to show my talent that I can be a part of a team and be a leader of a team.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Because,
sir.
even at your age, you're already getting on bulls that are bucking at the PBR level.
Yes, sir.
I know one thing that we did that we can dive in on is took you out to Lane Frost's arena.
Yes, sir.
And got on some McCoy bucking stock
Yes,
and some of
sir.
the nap stuff.
Yeah.
What's your like when you get on a bull? Talk me through your process. Like, what are you looking at? What are you looking for? I know, like, you took homegrown in Vegas for
Yes, sir.
92 or
yes,
something.
sir. 92.
Like, talk to me a little bit about when you get in the chute. What are you looking at? What are you looking for? How do you, what's your protocol? How
Yes,
do you
sir.
see it?
I just sit there. I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, it's your time to shine. You got to prove nothing to no one. You just go out there and do your job, and whatever happens, happens. Sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm like in a big stage and a big opportunity to get on a bull like Homegrown. He's been to PBR World Finals several times, and I knew that I could be big points on him. I was sitting there on top of buck chute. I'm like, man, that's pretty dang cool.
In Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas too is for big money. And I was sitting there like, man, Lord, I'm setting it all in your hands. Whatever you want to happen. I'm going to let you take care of that. And that's what I do. Whenever I'm in big moments like that, I say that. And, he wanted me to go 92 points that day. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So, I just gave you a little sneak peek of some of the stuff for the documentary. And, we really, really appreciate you coming out there and being a part of that. But what did that mean? What did that day mean to you when we got to go out to Lane's Arena?
That was very special to me for y'all to call me out there. I really appreciate y'all for the opportunity because that arena is very special. And Lane Frost's been there. That's his arena. And to ride in there, that was very special to me and to meet his parents too. I had never met them before, and that was pretty cool because, they're the one that guided him and took him to places to get on and
absolutely
helped him out. So riding there and stay on one over there was pretty dang cool. That was very special to me to meet him, to meet their parents and
be able to go out there.
Yeah, be able to go out there and hang out with y'all is pretty cool.
When you think of Lane Frost, you think of 8 seconds and different things like that. What comes through your mind when you're thinking about legends like that and just kind of the foundation?
Yes, sir. Every time I think of Lane Frost, I think of him and Red Rock. Them two are legends, and him going in and far winning world title, and I think he was the best ever. He's the one that set board riding. Everyone that doesn't know board riding is gonna think Lane Frost.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's pretty cool to just go out there and get on a legendary place.
So the movie 8 Seconds. So in Brazil, we were talking before this, but so tell me a little bit about your thoughts on 8 Seconds. How many times you've watched it, stuff like that.
Oh, I watched it several times. It's a cool movie, and I've watched it. I think the first time I watched it was back in Brazil, and I was sitting there like, man, I need to learn from this guy right here. He's pretty dang good, and just the movie in general was really good and showing his story. But yeah, that's a movie. Think about it, like the bull talks and stuff, and he's a man. You got to learn from him.
Yeah. And that just, you alluded to going to tough events earlier.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that, and then obviously Cody Lambert's involved with PBR and just the history, Jerome Davis, those types of guys, just those legends in the sport. I think we actually have a really cool fan submitted question we'll get to about some of the legends in the sport, what they did. I know you're young and it's kind of hard to think about this, but what are your plans and your goals? Like what are some things? Are you the type that likes to sit down and lay out goals for yourself, or how do you take it?
So back in 2017 when Jess Lockwood was announced, the youngest world champion, I told myself, I said, well, he's going to be about 6 years and then it's going to be broke, I think. And I told myself that I was going to be the youngest world champion, and I still have that goal. I sit there, I visualize it, I work for it. Every time I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, these guys, they work hard for it, and I need to work harder. I need to get on more bulls. I need to, be better than them. And when they're sitting there just doing something, I better be out there working instead of just laying there too. So I see it myself like that. I have a lot of goals. Be the NFR World Champion too. I want to be the second one to ride 10 bulls too. I've told myself that. I have a plan for that too. So.
Heck yeah.
Yes, sir.
So not short on goals, huh?
Not short on goals, no, sir.
So what do? You just alluded to the mentality and practicing and stuff. What is... When you think of practice to you, what is practice to you? Because some guys believe in getting on as many bulls as possible.
Yes, sir.
Some think you limit it.
Okay, so there's different things about it. working out is good, really good for you, but I don't think that's practice for me. I think it helps. It helps a lot, but that's not it. That doesn't show in the bull riding. And, you got to get on bulls. You have to. You don't want to push yourself too much and get hurt, but get on the right bulls and see what you're doing wrong and fixing that on top of bulls, because working out isn't going to win you money, I don't think. But it's good for you, of course, but it's not. That's not it. You got to get on bulls. You got to feel the animal and work at that. I think that's how I look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. For example, let's say you're in a cold strip spell. You bucked off a couple in a row or
yes,
whatever.
Sir.
So what's your mentality when you go to a practice pen?
Oh, I try to fix what I've been doing wrong. So actually, going into that, beginning of the year, it was bad, man. I wasn't staying on nothing. I was sucking. I went to a practice pen and I got on like 6 bulls. I fell off of everything and I was mad. I was like, man, what's going on? Like wouldn't feel myself, and I was like, that's not right, So I just sat down and I was like, need to regroup, just think like what I did and what I did that was working. So I just went in there next day and I got on bulls that was going to help my confidence and help me get better at what I was doing wrong. So that's what I did. I figured it out, and then after that, I was
back
going,
off
yes,
to the
sir,
races.
back off to the races, yes, sir.
Heck yeah. So for somebody like you were born into a family that rodeoed with your dad, like you said, your mom was at the NFR when
yes,
your dad, pregnant with you.
Yes, sir.
And your dad whooped up on one, right?
Yeah.
So, but for somebody that's not born into it, what do you think that are some things that people can do if they want to get involved in bull riding?
Oh, just there's some kids I think nowadays that they're trying to push it too much. Get on bulls that you're not supposed to get on at that level yet. You just need to look and see if you really want to do that. If you really want to be a bull rider, you need to do it right and correct. Go to the right places, get on the right bulls, and you don't want, because if a kid goes out there, he's never been on one, and he gets on a bull he's not supposed to get on, like it's a different caliber for him, and he gets slammed. He's like, man, I don't want to do that no more. He's just not going to want to.
Yeah.
But I think that they should just, focus on getting on the right bulls and get on the drop barrel, get on something, and just get your form right and fix it up. That's how I see it, because I've been watching a bunch of guys now that are starting. They just think it's a joke, and I don't think so. It's dangerous. You could get hurt doing that, and they need to watch that and just get on the right bulls and practice a bunch. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I know you were obviously younger during your dad's career and stuff like that, but when you think of how the sport has changed, you just kind of alluded to like the mentality of you got to take it seriously,
yes,
and you'd
sir.
have to do it right to get into it. As you and I both know, that hasn't always been the case.
Yes, sir.
It's just, it's kind of like, go try it, be crazy, But today, how have you seen it? Maybe you've even talked to your dad about this, but how have you seen the sport change and the mentality of the athletes and the contractors, and like how much, and
yes,
I know
sir.
you've seen this, but the business side of it, like how big is this business becoming, and just the mentality you have to have as a rider?
So it's changed a lot, and I think there's a lot more better bulls, you'd say. Bulls have evolved a lot. Like back then, they have good bulls, but not very many. It was a select few. Now it's just everywhere, and the problem now is I think it's turned to more of a bull bucking than a rider getting on, like a bull riding,
Yeah.
That's the problem now, I think. But
to be honest, that's what I love about tough events.
Yes,
in all
sir.
honesty, I know we've talked to him about his mentality with it, and like, people want to see rides.
Yes,
people
sir.
want to see excitement. And so, his long rounds, he tries to match it up as well as he can and
Yes,
give
sir.
everyone a fair shake.
That's what I
across
like
the board,
about going to their deals. It's just good bulls all the time, and so many opportunities to get on good bulls and, like short round and stuff. He's going to have something that's going to buck a little harder, but either way, they're going to be good, and that's what I like about it. Back to that question, what you said.
When I was just talking about the business side.
Yeah, business side. Okay,
yeah.
So
and like how it's changed for the athletes across the board.
Okay, so now there's a lot of opportunities for athletes to get bigger brands and stuff and bigger money, I think, and that's pretty cool. Like social media and stuff. It's giving opportunities for guys to show, post stuff, and I think you just need to watch that out too, because you can't post something stupid and then they're gonna be like, "Oh man, this guy's dumb."
Well, the one thing from a business perspective, I always thought about the sport that I felt like would help the sport, is just letting people get to know the athletes.
Yes, sir.
And that's part of what we love doing here at the podcast, or doing our short films, or anything we do. Like, I feel like if more brands, more companies, more people just knew about y'all, it would naturally gravitate and make the sport bigger.
Yes, sir.
And that's the cool thing, because I think what happens is the bigger associations sometimes get too caught up in what's going on with the association itself, whereas now that you have teams and they're split off and there's less people, like, I feel like there's more directed marketability.
Yes, sir.
So that's some of the stuff that I think is really, really cool about the opportunities, because like you said, social media, a lot of people don't know how to use it though.
Yes, sir.
And it's kind of, they can attract some following and different things like that. But,
yes, sir.
That is y'all's best gateway to really allow people to know who you are.
Yes, sir.
And, I mean, if they watch yours, they know you eat, sleep, and breathe bull riding.
Yes, sir.
And you like rap music a little bit.
Yeah, I do. Dang right. Brazilian music, too. I've been posting a lot of that, but it's pretty cool. But I think on social media, I think I should start posting more about myself, too. I've been slacking on that.
Or just direct them here to listen to the podcast.
Dang right. Yeah, come listen to the podcast. You'll learn more about me. But I post a lot about bull riding. I'll get on about every other day. So I think they just look on there and watch some bull riding. So.
Absolutely. So you alluded to this earlier, talking about the animal athletes and the evolution of bucking bulls and stuff. And then we talked about Tufts, the stuff he brings, and that they're good. Talk to me about, what is a good bull to you? Because I know that's different for everybody, but for you, what is that? So
one that I'd love to get on is about a 89, 90 pointer bull that's just kicking and spinning like he's just gonna buck. It doesn't matter which way he's gonna go. Just as long as a bull bucks hard and is kicking, because there's a lot of bulls that they think, oh, he's so ranked, but he's just a piece of junk. That's why no one's riding him. I prefer one that's kicking and spinning, doesn't matter which way he goes, and I think that's a good bull in my eyes. Is like one like Ricky Vaughn. He's number one, number two bull in the world.
He's
right
in
now.
the top 5.
He's in the top 5, right?
Yeah.
He's a bucker, man, and he's a bull that I've dreamed of getting on, and hopefully I'll have that opportunity to get on. One time actually, I got on a bull named I'm Legit 2. He's been to PBR short round. He's been up there.
How'd that go for you?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I fell off. I fell off of him, but it was a cool experience, to feel something like that, like a bull that's just bucking as hard as he can, and I was like 7'9" or 7'8". It was close. It was close. It made me so mad. It's worse. I prefer getting jerked down the first jump than 7'9". So, but it was a cool experience, to get on a bull of that caliber, and a bull that bucks so hard. He's just there to buck, So I like bulls like that type.
That type of makeup.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, normally we could go longer on more topics, but we got so many fan submitted questions.
So I'm ready for these questions.
Yeah, we probably need to dive in on some of these and go ahead and get those started. All right. So Laramie. Let's start off with Laramie.
Oh,
here we
my gosh. What is he going to say now?
He says, are you ready for a top dollar matchup?
Okay. See, Laramie, there he goes.
Okay,
with saying,
see?
Man, that's another bull. That's an animal athlete right there. That thing is a bucking son of a gun. He's up there too in the top 10. I'm pretty sure in the PBR world standings.
Oh yeah,
and,
he's top 5.
He's up there,
Yeah.
and that sucker bucks every time, and he loves bucking too. And I promise you, he does not miss a feed of a day. Let me tell you, he gets fed every day. I bet he gets even dessert because he is big.
He's the sweetest though. He's such a teddy bear.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get on him, bro.
Yeah, get on him.
Strap
Get on him.
yeah.
But I asked Laramie, I was like, man, what do you feed him? Children or what? Like that thing is huge.
Little children.
Oh my gosh, he's so big and he bucks so hard, and I really want to have opportunity to get on him one day too, because if I ride him, I think it'll be a lot of points too. So
Be a pile.
it'll be a pile, but he's gonna be a handful too now.
Absolutely. So Caitlin asks, what is your favorite bull that you've ever been on?
Okay.
Was it probably I'm Legit?
I'm Legit too. That's my favorite one. Yep, that bull. Him, homegrown, that was two of my favorites. And the bull I
Vegas,
rode
yeah.
in Vegas too, I went 93 points on. That was one of my favorites. His name is Redline. He's Aaron Pass owns him and on them, yes sir. So he's one of my favorites too, because I went 93 on him. That's my high score. So
That's awesome. So Caitlin submitted a second question and asked, what is your biggest dream? We'll say like your biggest goal. So you talked about a couple really big goals.
yes sir.
Do you have prioritization on those, or do you just, it doesn't matter? You want to win the
I want to be the youngest world champion. That's my goal. That's like
youngest world champion.
that's my deal. I've dreamed about that ever since 2017, as I said. But I want to be 18 years old and win that thing, and
Absolutely.
just prove to myself that I can do it.
I bet you can if you set your mind to it.
Oh
that's
yeah,
for sure.
mindset.
So Isaiah says, who would you want to be drafted by? I think this is a loaded question.
Gosh, dang!
I hope you pick somebody other than your dad, just because I'm going to make sure he listens to this.
Yeah.
podcast.
Okay. So I'd love to be picked by my dad because he's my dad, of course, and he's a good coach. I think he helps. Like, he's just not there to be whatever the coach does. He helps them with a lot of things, with their mentality and what they're going to, and it doesn't matter which bull you draw, you're gonna ride the crap out of him too. So
Absolutely.
I like it. I like him being with that mentality. I like to be a part of Carolina Cowboys too. That'd be pretty cool. Ross Coleman's team too, the Missouri Thunder. I love Ross. He's crazy, man. He's a good guy, and his mentality too. Oh my gosh, he fires me up every time.
That's cool, man. So Cam asks, what is your workout routine?
Okay, so usually what I do is go in there, run on treadmill a little bit. I'll run like 2 miles, 3 miles, and then I'll get on the bike and do that for about 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes, and then I like to do a bunch of abs, ab workouts, because really, board riding, you don't need to pick up weights and go out there and bench
Try
press.
to out-muscle a bull.
Like bench press,
you ain't gonna
like
do it.
240, you don't have to prove that. No one, doesn't matter. I think it's just like trying to be slimmer and fit, you don't want to be too buff, and I think core helps a lot too. So
Heck yeah. So I feel like this is a fair question, since you're not technically in the PBR yet. Who is your favorite bull rider in the PBR?
Oh, Jose Vitor-Leme.
There you go.
There you go. That's
The natural.
That's the man right there. I don't even know. I don't even think he's human, if I'm being completely honest. He's different. He's different.
He's like a cyborg.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He's half robot or something.
All right, here's a question about Jose, since you've been around him so much. Is he a better bull rider or soccer player?
Okay, see, he's about the same.
Is he really?
He
my
is.
gosh.
He is different in soccer. I don't know how he plays. He's just different. Like, he is up there. Like, if he wanted to, he could quit bull riding and go be a professional soccer player, I think.
Especially in America, right?
Yeah, in America. Yeah, there you go.
All right, I think you talked about this earlier. Highest point ride, you said 93 on red line.
Yes, sir, red line.
Talk us through that ride.
So that day was pretty special to me because I went 92 on homegrown, and I was sitting there and I was like, man, this could be a very, very special day to me and be some big points on some really good bulls. And I didn't think I was going to be very much on homegrown, actually, because I've been watching him. He was like kind of slowing down a little bit, and that sucker buck with me now. He surprised me. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was sitting there and I was like, man, just went 92 points, and that's good. I feel good. And it took a little while for
you beat it.
It's for me to get on, and I rode him, and I was like, man, I hit buck hard. It felt good. So I got off there like, all right. How about a 93-point ride? I was like, holy crap, that's crazy. I did not think I would be 93 points, and then I saw the video, and I was like, gosh, dang.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. There you go.
Is that the one that we sent to you? Is that the ride? Because I know we filmed you on homegrown, too.
Yeah, I think so.
We shot both of them that day.
Yeah.
The one where you went like that.
Yeah. There you go. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's it.
That's awesome, dude. I don't know PATA. Pata? Your biggest inspiration?
Definitely my dad. He's what he's done in life, to be still working and helping the family, with a broken neck. I think he's different too. He's not human either, because he gets up every day with pain, but it doesn't matter to him. He just goes out there and works hard. And my mom too, man. Them two, they're my inspiration too. So I try to be like them every day.
Yeah. You gonna grow a mustache like your dad?
I can't even grow nothing, man. I don't even have armpit hair, to be honest. I'll get there one day. I'll probably get fit, like hair grown ointments or whatever, lotion.
Gosh. We talked about this one. Okay, here's one from Jada. She says, any advice for the younger generation of bull riding?
Keep going, don't quit. You don't have to prove nothing to no one, just have fun. That's it, Don't be stupid either. Don't screw anything up. Because my dad, he's taught me a bunch to not push myself and kind of hold back, dominate your age group that year, and then whenever it's time to move up, you move up and dominate that one. And I think that my dad helped me a lot with that. That helped me a lot with my career too, because I was
not get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, not get ahead of myself and be stupid and get hurt. So one time I actually was at a practice pen and I was bucked off too, and I was mad, man. And they had a bull back there and he wasn't very good. Big old son gun too. He's so big. Oh my gosh. I was like, load him up. I loaded him up. Load him. My dad was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm getting on. He's like, all right, go ahead. Oh, this bull jerked me down and stomped on my arm. He messed me up. My dad, I got stepped on, bruised arm, and still I was this close from getting an ass whooping too. So,
oh, jeez.
It was bad.
Yeah.
My dad was mad, and then after that day, I was like, man, I need to be smart on that.
I need to listen to my dad a little bit.
I need to listen to him a little more and not be stupid. So that's it. That's it right there.
So this is an interesting one. Jada also submitted, if you won the Rookie of the Year and the world title in your PBR, in your first PBR season, what would you do with your earnings?
I'd probably invest it, save it. I've talked to my dad a bunch, and he was telling me, I need to invest it in some cows and lease land. Buy land. Yes. There you go.
Dirt ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. Dang right.
And there ain't enough of it left.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. That's awesome,
it.
dude. Okay. We're sitting here at a wooden table, so we'll make sure and knock after this one. But Kane asks, what's your worst injury? I know, right?
Yeah, knock on wood.
Thanks, Kane.
Thank you, Kane. My worst injury, man, I would say that one I just talked about, and being stupid and getting on one I shouldn't have got on. I didn't even break anything, but man, my arm was so big. And
was that worse than your jaw?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I forgot about my jaw, too. That was a bad deal. Okay.
We were supposed to do a podcast, and you kind of called me muttering. I'm like, what? And my face is swollen. I'm like, what?
Yes, sir. I remember. Okay, see, I forgot about my jaw. That was a bad deal, too. It was so bad. I had prom that weekend, and I looked stupid, and it was just it's just a horrible time.
It's an embarrassing time.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing. You know, I got on a bull. I should have rode too. I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a good day. Nope. No, it wasn't. I got on him, and then right after that, I got on one of Sammy Andrews, and I hung up too. So it was just bad time. Not a great day.
Not a great day. I know we got some good questions on there. All right. Bash Dean asks the bull rope dimensions for your Brazilian and what style of spurs you prefer.
Okay, so my bull rope is about a 4-finger rise. I like my tail mushy, 1-inch mushy tail. And my handle, I like it about a 1/2 inch long, wide. I don't like it too wide. I don't like the handle not be too stiff too. My spurs, man, I don't even know what they are. So Jess Lockwood, I wasn't riding very good with I was riding with some Kellys. They're called Kellys. I was losing my feet a bunch, and I saw Jess's spurs, and I'm like, man, mind if I try one? He's like, yeah, man, I'll send it over. You can try it and just use it as long as you want. Because I was going to get one made from Sling and Shanks, and I just wanted to see what style I was going to get. And I used his, and I don't even know what they are. They're perfect, man. I loved it, and I got to thank Jess
I've
for
never
that
given
one.
them back.
Yeah, I've told Jess, like, whenever I get my new ones, I might give these back. And it was pretty cool because, he won all of his world titles and earnings with that.
So Lindsay's just saying that she's a big fan and you're a pure talent. She wants to see you in Carolina.
Oh, shoot. I wouldn't mind going to Carolina either. That's a cool place to be, and coaches like Jerome Davis, he's a legend too.
Absolutely.
And Tiffany, them two are great people. I love them. And
that's one of the cool things about the sport of rodeo that I found. We've talked about your dad,
yes, sir.
Tough, Jerome, Ross Coleman,
yeah.
Those guys that have stepped into coaching roles and different things like that. Those the ambassadors of the sport,
yes,
kind of keeping it alive. Being around the rodeo community your whole life, and even at like the Cavenders team level for
yes,
high
sir.
school, what does that family dynamic mean to you that the rodeo community
yes,
is?
Sir. So Tiffany, she was telling my mom the other day. My mom got really happy. She said that. She's like, your son, he's not just a good bull rider. He's a good person, and he's welcome at my house anytime he wants. He's such a respectful kid, and I'd love to have him anytime. And just, people like that, to say that, and makes me feel good about myself, and feel that I'm welcome anywhere.
Yeah.
And
that is like the ultimate country compliment,
yes, sir.
isn't it?
Yes,
like, you're welcome at my house anytime,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Like
Dang right. That's it right there.
It means like open door policy.
Open door policy.
We like you so much.
Yes, sir.
This one is in Portuguese.
Let's read that. Which one is it?
The Futuro. I'm probably butchering. I'm not even.
Futuro Campeão Mundial.
Yeah.
He said future world
champion.
That's the future champion right there.
There you
yes,
go.
Sir. Dang right.
Thank you for picking that one up. All right. This one, I'm saving this for last. This is from Autumn Auditorium is the handle. And I love the dynamic of this question. It plays into a lot of the things we've talked about. But they bring up Adriano Moraes.
Mm-hmm.
And I know your dad came shortly after Adriano over here, but she asks about the impact that Adriano had and even your dad, paving the way for Brazilians to come over here. Talk a little bit about that and the importance of Adriano and how you think the foundation was laid.
So we even called my dad earlier and asked him this question, and he said he's like the pioneer. He's the first one to be here, and he's a man. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd be here today too, because he's set out so many opportunities for these guys, I think, and he's one of the first PBR world champions, and I'm glad I get to call him my godfather too. Cause
Joe, he's your godfather.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think
that's awesome.
I think my family's pretty good. I think bull riders, but yeah,
got some good lineage.
Yes, sir. Him and my dad, they live close together too, and they traveled a bunch together. And I used to stay at his house a bunch and get on bulls and work cows and stuff, have fun. But whenever, people ask me about why I ride bulls, I say my dad and my godfather too, because he was one of the best ones. So.
Absolutely. Shoot, you didn't tell me that. We just called your dad.
Dude,
you didn't even tell me that.
Yeah, that's my godfather.
Crazy,
yes, sir.
Now, so funny story, and this predates you, so I don't even know if this will mean much
to
you. But so when I was a kid, I collected. I've always collected sports cards growing up, and still do to this day. But for a 2-year period, I think it was, they made rodeo cards, and my mom would take me and my brother to Jibo's Western store in Lubbock, and we would buy packs of cards, and they had the Lane Frost commemorative cards in those packs. But funny enough, I was with my kids recently at the Dallas Card Show, and there was an older couple that had an old card store that had boxes of them for sale, steel and wax seal.
Really?
And so I bought them. And, the odds of pulling an autograph out of those are pretty slim. But I actually pulled an Adriano Moraes autograph card.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty dang cool. Yeah.
So I've got that sitting at the house.
I need an autograph from him. I don't even think I have one. But I love him too. He's a good guy.
Yeah. No. Man, John, this has been a lot of fun. I know
sir.
you were a little nervous diving into
I was
it.
nervous, man.
Your first English podcast.
My first English podcast, yep.
But, John, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans and fans of the sport?
Yes, sir.
You can address them in English first.
All right, we'll do Portuguese later. I just want to thank them for following me, and being so motivational, I guess you'd say, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't think I'd be here today, because I've recently hit 100,000 followers, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here too. And I think they showed a lot of people that I'm a good kid also, and they repost my stuff and give me a bunch of views too. So I got to thank them. Queria agradecer também meus fãs aí do Brasil. Se não fosse para vocês, eu não ia estar aqui hoje também. Então, Deus abençoe vocês aí. Continue acompanhando eu aí. Agradeço. Oh, there you go. Portuguese English. Bilingual, baby.
I'm bilingual, baby. Man, like I said, thank you for being here. We've really enjoyed this.
Sir.
And again, thank y'all for listening, and to the Lane Frost brand for sponsoring these podcasts for 2023. Without the support of the Frost family and what Stetson's been doing with the brand, we couldn't do what we love doing here by bringing these athletes to y'all on our podcast. Make sure and go to lanefrost.com for merch and all things Lane Frost, along with all of their socials across the major platforms. Also, thank you to Don Stubbs and the Brand Room for allowing us to set up here in this cool venue today. John, what are your social handles again, and where can people follow along with what all you have going on?
My Instagram, John Crimber 1, and then my TikTok too, John Crimber 1. And I have Facebook too, but the username on that one, I didn't know what I was doing.
It's just like a user number thing?
No, it's my Portuguese name. I thought that's how it worked. This is Joao Crimber. Joao Crimber, but I need to fix that. I don't know how to do that. It's Joao Crimber, but you can follow me on those. Yes, sir.
Awesome. And if y'all would, follow along with us on social media at Tough Draw and at Tough Draw Talks for more episodes of our podcast as we continue to bring y'all closer to the rodeo community. Until next time, everyone, enjoy the ride.